joining me at the moment is probably one of the people who may be the most affected by this decision of CCM joining into NASA, and that is the ODM candidate for the position of senator in Narok County, Ledama Ole Kina. Being a neighbor of CCM, and we've heard that CCM is a strong party on the ground in Narok County, what would you think that what would be the value of CCM joining NASA today?
I think the first thing I'd like to say is that I'm really happy that His Excellency the Governor of Bomet, Isaac Ruto, has agreed to come in and show Kenyans that NASA is indeed a party which has been designed to be able to make right the wrongs of Jubilee. Having the Kalenjin community sends a clear message that His Excellency the Deputy President does not own everyone. You know, there's this notion that one tribe is owned by a particular person. I think Kenyans are now getting to a point where they believe in democracy. And the move by Isaac Ruto to be able to form a coalition where if you go back into history, Isaac Ruto and one of our party leaders have not always seen eye to eye. And it is good to disagree. And, when you have issues that you want to express, it doesn't matter what they are. If you feel like the overall goal, you guys are agreeing in it, then you form a government that really focuses on issues and not this issue of tribalism. So I think by Isaac Ruto coming in, it shows that NASA has gone beyond this perception of tribalism in Kenya.
But are the people coming with him? That is the argument of many people. He might be coming along, yes, but is his support base still intact?
You know, one of my pet peeves is when people think that as a leader you do not command, respect from your followers. I mean, Isaac Ruto has shown clearly that he's got support of his people. I mean, his people are right behind him. Otherwise, he would not have been a governor in the first place. So with him going, his ideas, his views, and plans for the people of Bomet, first, as a first priority, is what will guarantee that when he comes in and joins NASA, everyone who believes in his ideas and principles will then follow him. One of the things that you need to know is that the Kalenjin, and particularly the people of Narok and Bomet, are the ones who are mostly affected by poverty. I always tell people, if you go to a place like Tinderet, if you go to Sagamian, if you go to even some rural parts of Bomet, you'll see that people are very poor. And Isaac Ruto is speaking for those people. He's saying it is also our time to be counted. You know, this country is not only meant to be for a few people. So with Isaac Ruto coming into NASA, it's sending very strong waves that Kenyans are tired of all these scandals that we've been seeing. I mean, the media has been awash with scandals, from the youth fund, go to the Eurobond, and many other, NYS, and it's only a few individuals who are benefiting. So what his move signifies is that Kenyans themselves, and particularly Kenyans who have been perceived to be mostly leaning towards one political side, are tired of that poverty.
I'm going to put you in a spot here and bring you into the local debate now of Narok County. CCM, we realize, is very popular in Narok County. ODM as a party has not been very, I don't know whether to say happy with this because of the arrangement of the contest for the governor's position. What would be the best way going forward? Because the candidates for ODM, Tiampati says he's the one who should vie. The candidate for CCM, Patrick Olentutu, says he's the one who should vie. And then now there is the opposition. There is the incumbent, Ole Tunai, who is in power now from Jubilee, whom the opposition wants to remove from office. How will the arrangement go on going forward with the CCM now joining the NASA fold?
First of all, let me correct you. That is the worst form of a misconception that I've ever seen or had. ODM is indeed the party of choice in Narok. ODM is a very strong party, and by the virtue that the Maasais are very welcoming, we welcome the Kalenjin community into Narok. When we welcome them, we intermarried, we became brothers. And by saying that CCM is a very strong party, that's actually wrong. What it is that by the fact that the Kalenjin community occupies the southern part of Narok, if you tell me that we have about 19,000 votes for maybe Narok South, maybe 17,000 votes in Narok West that come from the Kalenjin community, then I would say you're right. But there's a lot of propaganda there, which I think it is time for us to set the record straight. What is there is that CCM is coming in. Yes, indeed, CCM has got their supporters. ODM in general has got its supporters. The one thing that you need to be alive to is that we have 6 constituencies in Narok County. We've got one constituency which is occupied only by the Kalenjin community, which is Emurwedikir. We've got Kilgoris, which the majority, about 80% of them, are Maasais. When you go to Narok South, 70% of them are Maasais. When you go to Narok West, 70% of them are Maasais. Our brothers are coming with 30%. So by the virtue that maybe some of the people who are not educated, some of the people who are educated, they do share common values that we are tired of being educated. There's no point of having a degree, yet you're driving a border. So they come and share equal values. So what I see with CCM coming in, they're coming in because they believe in what we in the Orange Democratic Movement have been preaching, that it is time for us to equally share all the resources in this country. And I think the media has been wrong in certain aspects. There's been a lot of propaganda. And I think, and as a journalist myself, I feel really bad that journalists write propaganda. They ought to read, first of all, the coalition agreement. There are provisions in the coalition agreement that stipulates clearly how another party can join the NASA fraternity. you know. And I think going back to what you said about people being unhappy, that, oh, this person is going to run or this other person is going to run, we are going to sit down and we are going to, put everything on the table and say, gentlemen, which is our best plan to be able to defeat Jubilee? Everything that you're seeing really comes out with lack of understanding of the NASA fraternity, what they believe in. And I think I have to commend the technical team and also the summit for having really kept mum and not having disclosed their plans. So I think what the media and Kenyans should do is to be patient. Today we are welcoming in Isaac Ruto to come and join the NASA fraternity. When it comes to the issue of Narok, the people of Narok, not a few individuals, the people of Narok will decide where do we go. What we know is that when you read Article 9 of the NASA Coalition Agreement, there are clear rules, or rather there's a clear methodology of how nominations are going to be carried. Article 9 of the Coalition Agreement clearly states that NASA will endeavor to field a single candidate for all the positions, okay? And there, I think people really ought to read before they just come out and say, oh, Narok will be affected. No one is going to make decision for anyone.
So you're saying there's likely that there will be consensus on who vies for the position of governor from the NASA coalition in Narok County?
No, I think what I can tell you is this. Even before I give you full details, the first thing I can tell you is this. When you read Article 9 of the coalition agreement, which is supported also with nomination rules, it looks at the whole map. It says clearly, what are we going to do when it comes to where we have 2 candidates or 3 candidates? The first thing is that we've got consensus. The second thing is that we can go into an electoral college. And the final thing is that we can do a joint nomination. There are areas where NASA is dominating. In an area where NASA is dominating, really, there's no point of telling somebody don't go to the ballot. All of you go. At the end of the day, the person who wins becomes a NASA candidate. Now, on the other issue of, when people see other people coming in and they say, oh, these people are coming in because they have negotiated certain things, I don't think the people of Narok or the people of Kenya will agree to things that they don't believe in. Yes.
Okay, Thank you very much there, Trevor. You have Ledama Ole Kina, fiery and defending the Narok position on this matter. And just to recap some of the things we're talking about, some of the issues that are bringing the CCM and NASA together. Remember, earlier on from 2013 and 2014, the two leaders, Isaac Ruto and ODM, were very keen on having a referendum, especially on increasing the amounts that are distributed to the counties in terms of devolution. Remember those days when there was the mood by the opposition to have a referendum to increase the distribution that is given to the counties by maybe around 40%. So that is one of the key issues that probably political analysts may say is bringing these two parties together. Trevor.